Hi guys. So a lot of people I've been seeing have been asking the question, how much does it cost to live in Tanzania? What's the cost of living? How much money should I save from America to bring back over here? How do I make money? How do I survive? Blah, blah, blah. And I've also seen stories about people who've come out here with money, and then they've either run out of money or they realize they can't stay because they don't have money and stuff like that. So this video is gonna be about the moolah. It's about to be about the money. And this is my advice, okay? This is my personal advice. You can take it, you can leave it, whatever it is that you want to do, but this is just to be honest with you how I view it. And this is not just here in Tanzania. I would say this is pretty much anywhere that you relocate to in the world. But I will specifically talk about here in Tanzania. But again, you can apply these rules anywhere else. So I think the first question when people say that is, you know, how much money should I save? Okay? Here's what I would say. I think that everyone should save money to come out here. However, I do not think that your savings should be your only source of income. If your savings is your only source of income, you're probably not going to last long out here because you need reoccurring income to continue to keep coming in. Or you need to have a side hustle, you need to find a way to make money, and etc. Now listen, the reality of the truth is when you come out here to Tanzania, or at least the African countries that I've been to, most likely there's not a job out here just waiting for you. If that is, it could be very much your situation, and that's absolutely great. But for most of us, we're not coming out here and there's already a job waiting for us and a job that's going to pay us every 2 weeks and stuff like that. Even the people out here don't usually get paid every 2 weeks the way we do in America and stuff like that. You rely on that 2-week check to pay your bills and kind of go about it that way. That's not really the system out here. Pretty much how it is out here is like the money that you make is how you eat. You know what I'm saying? It's how you survive. So if you made $100 that one day, then that's how you will survive. If you made $2 that day, that's how you will survive. And it's the same thing for us diasporas or foreigners, whatever you want to call it, who come out here. So let's just say you have a hustle, right, of selling bottles. So you sell bottles and you only sell 2 bottles a week. That will be your income for that week. Or let's say another week you sell 50 bottles. That will be your income. So one of the things that I will say is that it's not about how much money you bring here. Based off the amount of money that you bring here, it's important. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely important. The amount of money that you bring here will definitely give you time to kind of get your side hustle, for you to settle in, for you to do that. I think the biggest problem with diasporas is that they wind up saving like, I don't know, $5,000, $10,000, and they think that they're gonna live the rest of their lives on that savings, and then when they realize that that doesn't work out, it becomes a problem. And you also, when you're coming out here to save money, you have to be realistic. I feel like a lot of people are not realistic with their standard of life. They come from America and they say, oh, I know that I can adjust to that. I know I can adjust to living like a local and stuff like that. And then when they come out here, they realize that, wow, I really can't adjust to this, the life of a local. I can't adjust to, you know, maybe showering without hot water. I can't adjust to, you know, sometimes taking bucket showers. I can't adjust to this stuff. So I want to update my apartment or my house to live a more modern, standard, Western life. And then you don't counter in that cost of that. You understand what I'm saying? Nor do you count in the cost of, you know, your favorite snacks, nor do you count in the cost of transportation, nor do you count in, you know, corruption, nor do you count in the visas cost, nor do you count in, there's so many other things. And I always said that there needs to be a push money. There needs to be a cushion. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you want to have a cushion for, because the reality of the truth, especially here in Tanzania, you as a foreigner, or you don't speak in Swahili or anything like that, you are most likely going to be given a higher price than, let's say, a local person. So the first time that you come out here, you need to get to know those prices and see how much food costs and see how much these things cost before you know, can start getting the local price. Once you know those local prices, then you should be okay. I actually think that I'm gonna talk to my husband about this. I actually think that maybe I will create like a PDF, a file or something like that, of like the local prices here in Tanzania, how much apples should cost, how much avocado, and all of this stuff, so that way when you guys get here, you have an understanding, so that way you guys can't be ripped off. And then I think maybe we'll sell it or something like that, because I think that would be really helpful. But a lot of people don't counter in those costs. You understand what I'm saying? So because they don't counter in those costs, they wind up realizing, wow, I'm spending way more money than I would like to. You guys don't counter in the fact that the safaris here are extremely expensive. A typical safari is going to cost you around $500 or more. And you wind up spending that just as a one-time deal, but then you don't have reoccurring income coming in. So you're using your savings, which means your savings are now going less and less and less, and then you realize, oh my God, I ran out of money. Tanzania used up all my money and stuff like that. This is why you have to have reoccurring income. You have to. It's so extremely important in order for you to survive on the continent. Now, I'm not saying, I see a lot of great ideas from a lot of diasporas that I have consultations with buying land, you know, taking their savings, buying land and using that as an investment, and, you know, selling crops and stuff like that. Those are great investments. Those are absolute great investments. Those are ways that you can make money here in Tanzania. However, you have to be the one to put in the work. You have to be the one to put in the effort. You have to be the one to have the business plan and the game plan ahead. But I see a lot of, I'm gonna come out here and use my savings, and then after my savings is done, I have to fly back to America. You cannot survive on the continent just unless you have a huge savings that you know will last you for the rest of your life, and you live at a very bare minimum. It's not gonna last you. You need reoccurring income. You need it. You need, whatever that may be, if that's, you know, your side hustle, you want to sell products. I know somebody out here who wants to sell hair products. Whatever it is, you know, it's so funny because I think that people forget when they come out here in Tanzania, you see people, let me tell you something about Tanzanians, they hustle, okay? You see people hustling. You see people on the street, they selling any and everything, okay? You can find puppies on the sidewalk that are ready to be sold. People are out here hustling, and I just don't understand the mentality of you're a diaspora and you come out here and you don't think you have to hustle too, sweetheart. You need to hustle. You gotta hustle, because you know what I'm saying? I can definitely say from experience, it is easier to find a job in America than it is to find a job here in Tanzania. Like the way that, you know, the way that you can, if you have a qualification, I think if you have certain licenses, like if you're a doctor or something like that, you're definitely going to find an easier time to find a job here. You understand what I'm saying? Then, you know, if you're in the vet field, like I was offered a job here and stuff like that, like it's easier when you have like education and qualifications and licensing. And I'm not talking about, you know, just a liberal arts bachelor's degree. That doesn't mean anything out here. Not that it doesn't mean anything to you. Of course it means something to you, but out here it's not gonna mean anything. You need to be very business orientated, and you need to have a business mindset, and you need to start getting your hustle on. I think that based off the amount of money that you need to save is depending on your lifestyle. It really depends on your lifestyle. However, I do see that there are a lot of false narratives out there. People are saying you can get a house for this cost, you can get a house for this, you can get a house for less than $200, you can get a house for, you know, less than $300 or whatever. Yes, that is correct. You can get those type of houses. It's a question of, do you want those type of houses? Because I see a lot of people, especially in consultations, who say, Diamond, I want this type of house. I want a house. Though they say, I want a house that is $300 or less. However, I want AC, I want furnished, I want a generator, and I'm like, that's not gonna happen on your budget. So then people get upset at the fact that they're seeing these videos of I saw a video that said I can get a $300 house or whatever and stuff like that. Yeah, but you have to look at the specs into that apartment, into that house. You're not gonna find a generator there. You're not gonna find a washer and dryer there. You're not gonna find, you understand what I'm saying? So yes, you can absolutely, it depends on your lifestyle. Do you understand what I'm saying? It depends on your lifestyle. So it's just extremely important that you understand that. It really, really, really is super important that you understand that. And just be aware of that. And I think that if you come out here and you have a nice savings, and let's just say your savings with a cushion will last you like a year. Within that year, you can be thinking about a business plan. You could be thinking about a hustle. You could be thinking whatever it is, and then keep having that adding up together and stuff like that, and things like that. And I think you have a golden ticket. I think you will be A-okay. But if you come out here just with a savings, my personal opinion, I think that when the money runs out, you're going to it's not gonna work. Like it's just not gonna work. I will say, at least in my personal opinion, I feel like to shillings, like they go so much faster than dollars. I swear. It's like I will feel like I have a stack of shillings and I'm like, yeah, I feel good. And then it'll be like, just like that is gone. Like straight up, just like that is gone. And to be very honest with you, I think that if I didn't have, look, I can be very honest with you. If I didn't have reoccurring income that came every month, plus my husband's income, I don't think I would have been able to make it out here in Tanzania. For real, for real. Because let me tell you guys something. I had a savings, and I would say my savings lasted me a good like, but remember guys, I got expensive taste. I would say my savings last me like a good like 7 months. You understand what I'm saying? But because I have reoccurring income and I have my husband's income and we work as a household, you know, I live a pretty comfortable life and stuff like that. But if I didn't have my husband's income and I didn't have reoccurring income, I mean, I guess I would still be able to make it work, you know, because I have a side hustle like YouTube, and, you know, I have different side hustles. But let's say I didn't have any of that. Let's just say I had only my savings. I wouldn't have been able to last in Tanzania. Especially when I first got out here, I definitely dealt with a lot of the foreign prices and things being higher than expected. I think all of us go through that phase, you know, and it really, 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 really does suck. However, you learn from it, and then you get motivated to learn the prices so that way no one can rip you off. You know how much an avocado costs, and nobody can tell you different. And if they try to rip you off and say, no, this is how much the avocado costs, then you go somewhere else to get a different avocado for the correct price. So, you know, you also have to remember that those people are out there hustling as well. They're hustling as well for their families. So, you know, it really sucks, but you need to do your research and you need to be ahead of the game and you need to know your stuff. So I'm definitely going to look into that. If that's something that you would be interested in, is Hope and I making like a PDF or something like that with all of the prices of the things that, you know, you would find at the market and stuff like that, let me know. Of course, obviously we would sell it because, as I just said, you always need to have a side hustle. But if that's something that you would be interested in, then I think that Hope and I would definitely try to create something like that and then put it on the market for you guys, so that way you guys can buy it. But that's all I have to say about the advice for coming out here with money. If you guys have any other advice, please comment below, because I would really love to hear some advice, because I'm sure I didn't cover everything, but those are the things that I can think of off the top of my head. I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video.